Hi everyone, my name's Daisy and today I'll be chatting to you about Jasmina Zornić and her career as an art director and a graphic designer. First, a bit of background might be helpful. So who is Jasmina Zornić? So I had the pleasure of chatting to Jasmina a bit via Instagram DM and email prior to the assignment. I found out whether or not she considers herself a social impact designer, what her favourite accounts on Instagram are, and how she deals with a creative block mid-project. I will also be discussing 3 of her most interesting designs, 36 Days of Type, a collaborative COVID-19 project, and her music packaging project. Jasmina was born in Serbia in 1992, where she still currently lives and works as an art director and a freelance graphic designer. She works at an agency called Unibrand, studied graphic design at the University of Arts in Belgrade, where she later stayed on to complete her master's. Her teachers and professors were highly passionate about graphic design and typography, which inspired her love for lettering and graphic design in general. She attributes this to going into her career as a designer. Here's a photo of her. Unfortunately, it's the only one that I could find, and unfortunately it's very low quality, but a selfie isn't what's important here. It's her work and an analysis of it that you're here to see, no? Her work is colourful, playful, and downright dazzling. Most of the time, her work is completed on the computer, however, the practical task of using a pencil and paper does sometimes take place. Her projects range from brand identities, logos, and packaging design to seriously beautiful displays of typographic understanding. Now that you've got a bit of background on her life, work, and fields of interest, we can get into the nitty-gritty. I actually chose Jasmina because she is a female designer, obviously. We have to support other women, and because she has such a diverse range of products on her Instagram and on her other social medias. She really inspires me because as a young woman it's easy to kind of get discouraged, but she constantly uploads these lovely inspirational messages, and she's just worked really hard at kind of gaining her followers and putting herself out there. And I often scroll through her Instagram and you see her 2k follower post, her 5k, her 10k followers, and I can't wait to get there. And it's just inspired me so much, seeing her work and seeing her process develop. That's why I picked her. Jasmina's Behance and Instagram offer up such a wide variety of projects, which is what makes her so interesting. The first design that I'll be discussing today is the 36 Days of Type project, completed and uploaded to Behance on the 14th of April 2020. 36 Days of Type is a project run via Instagram that allows graphic artists to interpret the letters of the Latin alphabet. From their website, 36 Days of Type is a 36-day celebration of typography and creativity involving designers, visual artists, and creatives from all fields in a global and simultaneous act of creativity around type and letter forms. Created using Adobe Illustrator, 36 Days of Type demonstrates Jasmina's technical skills as a graphic designer through her use of colour relationships, implementation of interesting viewing angles, textures, and shadows. Jasmina finds most of her inspiration in a variety of places: love, weather, feelings, thoughts, family, books, friends, music, food, streets, and old signs. She claims it's an endless Pinterest board inside her head when it comes to creating. Considering Jasmina's work against other 36 Days entries, it stands on its own colourful and expressive legs. There is a definite distinction between her work and other designers, a clearly defined aesthetic that is purely Jasmina, shown through colour and geometry. During this very unsettling and uncertain time that is COVID-19, it's important for us creatives to continue to do what we love, which is create. Creative collaborations allow for a new depth to the work we produce, and this is shown directly through the second project I will be discussing, COVID art. Partnering with Chloe Karianis, a 3D designer from New York City, Jasmina was able to establish a creative collab that engaged a wider audience than usual, while still expanding her skill set. The COVID art project, which urged everyone to wash their hands, PSA, please wash your hands, was uploaded to Behance during the pandemic's peak on May 30th. Despite being a collaborative project, Jasmina's aesthetic runs rampant through the images. Her eccentric colour schemes and curvy typography make sure her presence is known, but they don't overtake the design. The 3D setting, completed by Karianis, complements Jasmina's effortlessly through energetic positioning of the additional 3D elements. Both played a shared role of creative director to ensure success as the final outcome, with each having control of their own area. One of the aims of the project was to create something that encouraged users to wash their hands. The artwork was created with a playful tone and positive bright colour schemes in hopes of sharing some respectful positivity in a dark time. This brings us to project 3, the finale, if you may. I decided on Jasmina's most successful project, her music packaging series. Posted to Behance on June 1st and currently sitting at over 15,000 likes and 459 comments on Instagram, it's clear that her following is faithful and her talent is endless. However, that doesn't mean all work comes easily. Creative blocks happen to the best of us, Jasmina included. She shared her response to a creative block, suggesting that taking a break is the best way to alleviate them. Anyway, back to the packaging. As another pandemic project, Jasmina began this project after thinking what songs packaging would sing to buyers on the shelves. It incorporates her signature Art Deco inspired typography, and the variety of music encourages a wide scope of viewers. Drawing on lyrics as a point of interest, Jasmina was able to create a visually enticing packaging design for products such as chocolate, condoms, ice cream, and Windex. Her success is also founded through her effortless use of mock-ups on Photoshop. Everything that gets uploaded to her Instagram page or her Behance page looks absolutely perfect. There is not a pixel out of place. Finally, there's a few last minute and very important bits of information I wanted to mention. Originally, I wanted this presentation to purely focus on Jasmina's work, but some of the answers from the interview that I conducted with her were just begging to be included. Her favourite Instagram accounts are female-oriented, type-driven, and quite varied, and she does often feel the need to express her positive and supportive feelings to the world through a colourful post. Her motivation typography series accurately captures her feelings regarding this. By reassuring people that everything will eventually work itself out and supporting them through a continuously tumultuous year with kind words, Jasmina is able to provide a helpful and inspiring service to her audience from behind a computer screen. Well, we've reached the end. Thank you to Jasmina for being such a pleasure to interview and an inspiration to young women everywhere. And thanks to you, the viewer, for sitting here through this 7-minute presentation and hopefully still paying attention.